Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we are diving into one of the most important parts of model-driven apps in Power Platform, and that is views. So if you have ever wondered what are views in model-driven apps, what type of views are available, how do quick find views work, and how you can create personal views and to customize your own experience, then stick around because by the end of this video you will understand how views work, how you can create them, and the kind of views that we have. So let's start with the basics. A view in a model-driven app is essentially a saved query that defines how records are displayed in a table. You can think of it as a lens through which you can look at your own data. It controls which records you can see through filtering. It defines which columns are displayed, and that's the fields that you want in a table. And it can also define the sort order. For example, if you're working with a contacts table, you might want one view showing all active contacts, another view showing all inactive contacts, and maybe you want a custom view showing contacts that are only from Australia or contacts that are only from India. And what that looks like here is, for example, here's my accounts table. And in my accounts table, I have inactive view and I have active view and so on. And these are system views. Basically, system views are views that every user can use. They are created by the administrator in the solution, and they are public views as well. So these are the kind of views that you have. Let's bring it up. So you have system views. As I say, they're created by admins, and they are available to everyone. You have also personal views that are created by individual users for their own needs. They are created within the app, and by default, they are private. However, they can be shared with other colleagues if you want to do so. For example, in your personal view, you might create a personal view called high value customer filtered by, let's say, revenue greater than 100,000, greater than 50,000, greater than a million, however you wish it to do so. And then you also have quick find views. These are special views that define what fields are searchable when you search the bar at the top of the table. And then you also have lookup views as well, which are inside the form. And when you hover or you click on it, it will pop up a lookup view. So I will show you how that looks like in Power Platform. So if I go here and I click on Contour per se, there's no lookup view here, but this is also a lookup view. So if I go to James Bond here, see that pop-up that I see here? That is a lookup view. But how do you create views? So if we go, for example, into our expense item, we only have the title and also the created on. But if we go into our accounts table, we have account name, main phone, address, primary contact, and so on. So if I wanted to create a view here that shows more columns, what I will do is I'll go back to the solution. I will go to my expense item, and then I will go to views. Let's go to views. And as I said before, you have your public view, you have your advanced find view, you have your associated lookup view, and you quick find view as well. So I will go to the active expense item view, and then I'll just add a couple of things. So, and you can just drag and drop that. I might put say status reason. And then I might also add created by. And you can also make them bigger or smaller. So I can make this bigger, make it bigger, and I can make this one smaller, make this one bigger. And then also on the right hand side, as you can see here, you can do a sort by, which means that now it's by title, but you can change it to by created on or created by. So if I wanted to make it into a descending order, meaning that I only wanted to see the latest records first, I'll make it by created on. And I will save and publish that. And you'll be able to see it as well. if I go to my app and I go to my expense item and I'll just refresh that, instead of just seeing title and created on, you can also see status reason. You can also see created by. So this is how you create views. You have to create them for every table because you want to be able to see the data and you can decide how you want to view that data. I've also gone ahead and created a view for example, for my expense request. You have the same thing here. I also have more other views like approved requests and an approved request. And how I created them is just by going in there. And for example, if I wanted to, let's say I wanted to create another view for expense items, I'll do a new view and I would call it approved expense items credit. And you could either leave it like this or you could add more as well. I don't think I want to create anything more. So this is good. You can adjust it if you want. You could do your sort by. I will do by title maybe. I'll just give it by title and then I'll save and publish. And if you wanted to create another view, let's just say an unapproved view, what you could do is you click on Save As and you just come here and change the name. So it will create the same view, but this is another view that is unapproved. So if I go and save it, save and publish. When I go to the model-driven app, so when I come here and I refresh, you will see that I have created two different views for my unapproved requests. That's actually for my request. But if I go to my expense item, you will see that I have created unapproved expense items. This is just how I created it. And also approved expense items as well. Another thing I wanted to show is quick find view, which is very important. Quick find view defines which fields are searchable when you are using the search bar. You can define which columns are shown in the search results as well. And you can choose multiple fields or multiple columns to search by, but just be mindful about the performance. The more fields that you add or the more columns that you add, the slower the search might become. So for example, if I go to my accounts here, I have, if I want to search, this is the quick find view. This is the one. So if I want to search by contorso, I just go CON and my contorso comes. If I want to do Westpac, and here's a Westpac. Let's say I want to search by using phone number. So if I go 07, two companies come, Westpac and Contoso, because they both start with 07. And if I wanted to just add another number, say 3, only Contoso should come. So and let's say I wanted to search by city. If I go to Brisbane, because Contoso is located in Brisbane, and I search, it doesn't come up. And the reason it doesn't come up is because that column for the city has not been added to the filter. And what you could do is you can come back here. You can go to tables if you wanted to change that. You could go to accounts and go to views. It's not the one. I should be going to views. It's not dashboards. And what I'll do is I will go to my quick find active accounts. And as you can see here, find by account name, account number, email, phone number, and so on. I'll get rid of this one and then I'll add. And what I wanted to add was city. So I'll just click on address 1 city and I'll apply it. and I'll say save and publish. So if I go back to my accounts, to my app now, I should be able to search using the city of that account. And I'll just show you how that looks like. Once it publishes, it does take a while sometimes. But if I go back here and I just hard refresh, and I'll click here, I'll just go contest using Brisbane. So if I go by Brisbane, it comes up. Westpac, I believe, is in Sydney. So if I do Sydney, that comes up because I have added it to my, I have added the column to search by in my Quickfind view. Another thing I want to dive in is personal views. Personal views is a filter that allows you to filter the data exactly how you want it. Unlike system views, personal views are created within the app. And this is how you can create it. So if you go here on edit filter, this is what you get. The owner obviously is the current user, which is me or yourself. And then status equals to active. Let's just say maybe I want to delete this one, and I will add here, I will add a row, and I'll say address city 1 equals to Brisbane. I'll apply it. And yeah. And if I go here, here comes Brisbane. There is a way to make this. Yeah, as you can see here, save as a new view. I can save it as a new view, and the name, I can call it Brisbane accounts. Now if I save it and I go to Brisbane accounts, Contessa will come because that is the only, that's the only account that we have. So that's what Quickfind is and what personal views are. So just to wrap up, views are saved queries that control what data you see, which columns are displayed, and in what order. System views are shared by everyone, so they're public and everyone can see them, and they're created in the solution by an admin. Quickfind views control which fields are searchable, and Lookup view and associated view help define how related records are displayed. So a real-world example could be a customer service manager might rely on active cases system view. A sales representative might create a personal view that looks like views like opportunities closing this quarter. An admin configures Quickfind views so users can search by both email and phone number as well, just like we've done, or a city. And that's it for today. That's the video that I wanted to make today on views. If you found this helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so that you don't miss anything out. Our next video will be on forms and how we can create forms and manipulate them. So I'll see you then. Bye.